which one is better?
I recently did the build review of the awesome Meng Kübelwagen in 35th scale, and I sung its praises, as I'm sure you are aware. But many of you were asking how it compared to the Tamiya boxing of the same vehicle. So I thought it would make for a good exercise to build that Tamiya kit, compare the two together, and then you can make an informed decision for yourself as to which kit you feel is right for you. So let's get going. I'll build up the Tamiya kit and highlight some of the differences between these two kits. First up, it was clear that the Tamiya Kübelwagen was a far simpler build. With only 10 steps noted in the instruction sheets, yes, that can be a little misleading due to how simplified each step is, but as a general rule of thumb, it's a reasonable guide. It's also clear there is a lower parts count than the Meng Kübelwagen. Things like the chassis and wheel hubs comes as a single molded part, whereas the Meng version breaks down into multiple assemblies. That's neither here nor there, it's just an observation. I drilled the exhaust pipes just as I did on the Meng kit and fit them in place, although the positioning was less definite than it was on the Meng kit. Positioning of the two front tow hooks again was obvious, but still a little open to interpretation. There was still a reasonable detail over the underside of the engine, although I feel the Meng one still had the edge there. The body is constructed building a frame using the sides, rear panel and bonnet to form the shape, and then it's capped over the chassis. It worked okay, but needed a little muscle to help it find its position. The Meng kit, however, had locating points over the chassis that snugly carried the lugs on those side walls. It seemed to be a surer and more sturdy way of engineering that element of the construction. I like the textures and fabric details on the Tamiya offering better than the Meng one, even if it was a fraction overstated, and the detail on the dash was certainly on par with the Meng kit. I know a lot of you don't like the idea of vinyl tyres, but I don't have a problem with them. Tamiya, however, have their wheels supplied as moulded parts. Each kit offers a different style of desert tyre though, so if you were modelling a particular subject, this may play a role in your decision-making process. I did, however, notice that whilst the attachment of the wheels on both kits is very similar, I couldn't get the range of motion in that front wheel on this kit like I did on the Meng kit. The headlights are attached with the modeler only getting the blackout light option here, whereas the Meng kit offers two styles for that light. Rear view mirrors are another area that the Meng kit has the advantage, offering a choice of styles in that kit. The position of the horn is another option only available on the Meng kit. The cover of the roof has some really lovely folds and rolls in it, which seem to be a touch more exaggerated, but still present really nicely to my eye. I glued these wheels on using a white glue because they will be easier to paint if I can remove them. The vinyl tyres in the other kit will make that painting process just that little bit easier because I can pop them off. The windscreen comes as a thin sheet of acetate and is glued in place with a white glue in order to avoid any fogging of that clear part. I mentioned how beautiful the inside faces of the doors were on that Meng kit and the lack of any ejector pin marks. However, the Tamiya doors had a number of marks that would need to be dealt with. The Tamiya boxing does come with a pretty reasonable figure though, which would be an attractive inclusion to some modelers. So which Kübelwagen kit gets the nod? It's probably not fair to compare these two kits given their 25 years of moulding improvements and engineering improvements, difference between the two, but I did have a lot of people asking the question and they retail for around about the same price, so I thought it was a worthwhile exercise. Most people default to Tamiya because of that perceived quality and build experience we're all used to from that brand, and that is true for the most part, but for me, the build experience on that Meng kit is truly superior to the Tamiya one. There is less cleanup, and yes, there's more parts, but the fit is truer, and cleaner, and it's a much nicer build experience, which came as a surprise to me. Looking at the two models, it's really hard to pick a difference, and it should be hard, right? It's modeling a true subject. So really, in terms of visuals, they're like for like. But that Meng kit does give you more options and more markings, and I just think it's a far more attractive kit. So should you dump your Tamiya kit for the Meng Kübelwagen? Well, dump's a harsh word, and I wouldn't recommend you do that by any stretch of the imagination. That Tamiya kit is still a lovely little kit, but I can tell you, once you build that Meng Kübelwagen, it will redefine your expectations of what a model kit should be like. If I've added some value today, please hit that like button and subscribe. It means the world to me, and it helps me grow this channel. And remember guys, this is the greatest hobby in the world. Share it with your family and share it with your friends, and let's be proud of what we do. Until next time, I'll see you soon.
Okay, that settles it.